Lathen, and I have a bunch of contracts selected that I'm going to work through. I'm not going to show you most of them because it can get a bit repetitive. I actually end up cancelling the forage contracts because we don't have any kit to do it and they're a bit slow. Anyway, I realised that these cows are ready to move out to the pasture. They are old enough that they can be shifted. So let's get that done. I've got Courseplay running a couple of seeding contracts at the moment. So you can see that one of them's got quite a long time life to go, which is why I didn't show it. And I'm not really a fan of... I try and minimize having videos which are me watching, or you watching me watch Courseplay work, because I don't find that as entertaining when other people do it. So did it off camera, and we made even more cash to be ready for the big move. So get these moved. We do have some calves coming next month, which is why I want to get them moved. We also have milk to sell, so let's do that as well. Just kind of replacing the money that I spent on fertilizer and seed, really, because I had to spend a fair bit on that as well to get these jobs done. And yeah, so I have realized something with the forage contracts, which I'm actually going to talk about in the next Saxthorpe video. I know, spoiler alert. So we've got a decent amount of cash off the contracts. I'm not going to work out what it is. And we've still got a few more to do. So yeah, it's paying well. We're in a good place for when we move in. I'm not sure when it'll be. Just finishing up the... I think this is the last of the fertilizing contracts. So I'm just getting this done in the 4440. It's a loud beastie, but I do like it. So, yeah, love using this tractor. It's it was brought as a, not sure what the right word is. We didn't need it. I just wanted to buy it. It looked nice, and I made it, I think, sound nice. It's maybe not authentic, but I think it sounds good. So yeah, I've even got the sound playing in my headphones at the moment. Here we go. Crash. A crash to end the contract. I might have even been generous, and no, I didn't finish the field off for the farmer. Oh, I did. Look at me. A conscientious contractor. Basically, we didn't have a lot to do in May. So I did this to keep myself amused whilst skipping time and feeding animals and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we've got a few fertilizing contracts, a few sowing contracts. I'm not going to do these last two sowing contracts. Again, I got kind of fed up of doing contracts. Lots of forage ones, but we don't have a forage harvester at the moment. So, yep. And the really cool thing is, as you do a sowing contract, you generally get a fertilizing contract. So that's kind of good. So yes, I'm saying sow a lot again, and it really bugs me. We're mucking out the cowshed because we're going to put calves in. They should be clean really before they go in, shouldn't it? You know, kind of makes sense to me. And as much as I prefer a front loader tractor for bale work, the Merlot is pretty good for mucking out. And I've actually been using it for feeding as well off camera, and it's not that I dislike it, it's that I prefer a front loader. It's yeah, I think it's just that I've used them more in probably both versions of FS. I've not really, you know, this, saying not really, both of my saves at the moment have got telehandlers, but quite often it's pretty late before I can afford a telehandler, so I do most of my work with a front loader. And I feel like I need to sneeze, but it's not coming out, which is really annoying when you're trying to do this. So yeah, if it goes quiet for a moment, it's because I sneezed. Yep, I'm saying so and yep a lot again. We have calves. We didn't get a great mix, actually. We got a lot of bulls, or whatever young calves are called, because I always get whinged at for saying the wrong thing. So we got more young male calves than young female calves, which is not great because we don't get a good price for them and they don't produce milk. You do not want, well, bull milk is quite valuable, but not in FS. It's not a thing you sell in FS. So that always makes me, there's that meme of the yogurts where they put the names on and the dumb person saying typical, they give them female names. Yep. Bull yogurt is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Yeah, so I've still not sold the house. I'm not sure if I'm going to. Not sure if I'm going to, but yeah, we got, I think we got 4 males and 9 males. And only a couple of females. Press the button, man. There we go. Yeah, only 2 females, so not great. We'll probably shift the males on pretty quickly. Not a lot of point in feeding them, really. We'll see if someone wants to buy them to fatten them up themselves. Okay. Making progress. I always find, and actually we're getting to the point where we've got a bunch of cows that are at the age we need to move them on, because with how I have Maize Plus AFA set up, they will stop producing milk at 60 months. And so they need to be shifted on, and I need to keep an eye on that. I think it's possibly the ones that have just calved or are about to calve. Our root crops need fertilizing, both the potatoes and carrots, because I put them in, well, with different kit, but both bits of kit didn't have fertilizing as an option. They need fertilizer. And we've got some liquid fur. We've got the sprayer we don't use very often, so I thought that'd be a good combination. And it's the most cost-efficient way to fertilize with precision farming, because there's so much nitrogen in the liquid fertilizer. It's obviously a bit slower because you've not got the huge throw width of a solid fertilizer spreader. And if you're doing contracts, it doesn't make any difference, and you use whatever you can get cheap, is my view. There goes that conscientious contractor thing, huh? They have put biscuit tins on my 7810, and it should probably be enough. I don't think we need a lot. We did do some fertilization with slurry and stuff. We should be good. We should switch the engine off on the Merlot, because otherwise I get whinged at again by certain people mentioning no names. Kartek. Potatoes first, because that's the closest field, and it's also the biggest. I don't know why I planted so many potatoes. I think we're out of root crops at the moment for feeding. So what I'm doing at the moment for feeding is, I think we've run out. I think we might have just run out, actually. So I've not done any feeding without them. What I was doing is a mix of hay, whole crop, maize and grass silage, and then potatoes. So they're having quite a varied diet. We're out of potatoes. We could either run up to the grain mill, pick up some brewer's grain or whatever. Probably do that, maybe. Just to keep the variety good. It makes no difference. The question that still crops up sometimes with Maize Plus, that, does it make any difference if you feed different types of TMR or you put different things in? As long as it's a valid TMR, it has the same effect. So yeah, you can just make, the one that I find amusing, the realistic mix, you can just make with maize silage and grass silage. As long as you've got 10% of the two, whatever the ratio is beyond that, doesn't matter. Complete feed. So yeah. Shouldn't take us too long to get this done. You probably noticed this is another shorter video. working on getting ahead and staying ahead with content, because the next couple of weeks for work are mental. So I've gone from real life being mental, real life's not completely fixed yet, to work being mental, because and one of the really good things about where I work is if you've got things going on in real life like I've had, work can flex. The problem is that that work has flexed, and now I've got stuff stacked up to get done. So I need to get it done for deadlines that we have. So that means work's got suddenly a bit busier in the next few weeks. I'll do what I can, you know. That's all I can do, and I appreciate that you know, you guys might not care if I do daily videos, but for me, it's what I like doing. And so if I miss one, I don't care. If I miss more than one, it starts to bug me. You probably noticed that on a Thursday now, I don't do a farm sim video. I do just a Timberborn video, and that's part of managing my schedule. Unless you're a patron, and then you do get a farm sim video. You get my Church Farm series, which is set on the Oaks. And if you want to see those, there's links below. They get uploaded to the Patreon website. Yeah. But yeah, I had this whole thing that I spoke about a while ago, and you all knew it wouldn't last, about slightly less videos in a week. And I'm doing one less farm sim video a week, and making short Timberborn videos, and I'm not making short Timberborn videos. And I'll be making more of them because I'm having so much fun in that game. But equally, I've started a new series for farm sim, but I'm going to record a bunch of it off camera first, because it's going to be only a few videos, and they're probably going to be long videos. So, and I started playing that last night. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It's completely different to this. I think I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, so you may know what I'm up to. But yeah, really enjoyed it. It was nice to just play the game. I enjoy how I play normally. That's why I play this way. I naturally evolved to play this way around making content. I thought it was fun, apart from crashing. Sometimes it's nice to just play slightly differently, and that's what I'm doing. And you'll see that as well in the Saxthorpe video tomorrow, probably tomorrow. But I'm just doing some things a little bit differently, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. So. Almost done with this first field. Got this weird little bit at the end, and I should probably have done a headland, but I figured, and kind of doing it anyway. I was trying to avoid driving across the ridges. Doing it anyway, I should have left bigger headlands, that I didn't plan. Good theory, poor execution. I know. It would have been fine to leave a bit more space, but I didn't. But we haven't used that much. Well, like I was saying, we haven't used that much fur. So we've not even used half of what we put in, I don't think. And we just have the relatively small patch of carrots to do. And yeah, the corners shot up overnight, as it does in FS. Yeah, actually that would, something I would like to see in FS25 is more growth stages. So many of the crops visually have like 2 growth states. So we could whole crop that already, which is what it's for. So we might get that done actually. Yeah, we might get that done. But yeah, it would be really nice if visually there were more growth states. So if each growth state had its own visual, because they don't. I think there's half the number of visuals to growth states in the game, something like that. Or maybe half plus 1. I'm not sure. It would be really nice if each growth state looked subtly different. Please. Giants. I don't know if some of the custom textures do that, like Bullet Bill's custom textures, that sort of thing. I don't know if they do that. If they do, I might have to look at installing them. I know some maps use them, but they're generally maps that I'm not going to be playing. So That was a very bright transition. I've been playing around with picking different transitions in Resolve lately. You're going to crash. You crashed. That was a very bright one. I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. I did mention Patreon earlier, or Patreon, depending on where you're from. So if you're interested in any of those, there are links below. And as I said, Patreon gets an extra video a week, a Farmsim video. So yeah, check those out if you want. No obligation, but does kind of help me out. 2 more passes to go. And, field fertilized. And then, yeah, I think maybe next time we'll be doing some whole crop. Start to get the fields cleared. We're not going to be replanting them because we are going to be moving on. I had said we would play until the end of harvest, but if the right farm crops up, we might move earlier. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Comments, questions or suggestions below, and I will see you next time.